All right, let's just get right into it. Look, right now, you probably wouldn't last 5 seconds against a real apex predator. But stick with me, because by the end of this, I'm going to give you the knowledge you need to not just defend yourself, but to walk away the winner every single time.
You know what they say, knowing is half the battle. And, well, the other half is pure dumb luck. Let's begin. Welcome to your one-on-one training session against the entire Wild Kingdom. We're going to start with the easier opponents and work our way up to the real monsters. So pay attention, your life might depend on it.
First up, the warm-up round. Think of these as your entry-level encounters. Let's see how you do against the first batch of opponents, kicking things off with number 15. Opponent number 15, the python. Now, believe it or not, this is one apex predator where you could just walk away. But come on, your ego won't let you do that, will it? Nope, we're taking the fight. Okay, here's the play-by-play. First, you have to keep the fight standing up. Do not let it get you on the ground. That's where it gets all its leverage. Now, it's going to get a hold of you eventually, so you need to control its head with one hand and use your other to grab its tail and just start unwrapping. By this point, you're going to be absolutely covered in snake urine, which, gross as it is, should actually make sliding him off a whole lot easier. Once you're free, just push it away.
Number 14, the giant otter. Don't let that cute face fool you for a second. They call this thing the river wolf for a reason. Now, the strategy here is it's pretty complex, so listen closely. You're going to pick it up and body slam it. Yep, that's it. Simple, effective. Next.
All right, number 13, hyenas. Just picture this for a second. You're sleeping outside on a hot night in Africa, and you're woken up by this crunching sound. Yeah, that sound? That was your leg. But hey, no time to worry about that. You're officially in a street fight.
So here's the key. Stay calm, stand your ground. Whatever you do, do not turn your back. And you have to do your absolute best to look like a predator. You can't seem like prey. Just mirror everything the hyena does. It takes a step, you take a step. And I am being completely serious here. If that hyena lets out a cackle, you cackle right back at it. You've got to assert your dominance. Okay, moving on to number 11, the Komodo dragon. We're skipping number 12 because, honestly, it wasn't even worth my time. This guy, though, it has a one-shot venomous bite, which is definitely bad news. But its real weakness? Its stamina is just pathetic. It can only run at a measly 13 miles per hour. And what's really interesting here is how easily you can exploit this. All you have to do is run away from its charge attack in these random zigzag patterns. Just keep doing that until the lizard's stamina bar is totally empty. When it eventually just gives up and turns around, well, you can finish the fight however you see fit. All right, warm-up's over. Welcome to the mid-tier boss fights. We filtered out the unworthy ones, like numbers 10 and 8, to get straight to the good stuff. Now we're talking about opponents like the jaguar and the alligator, starting with number 9. Opponent number 9, the jaguar. Now, for all you bozos out there who want to avoid this fight, sure, you can back away slowly, don't make eye contact, whatever. Now that they're gone, let's talk to the rest of you, the ones who are just itching to let their hands go. Okay, time for some mental warfare. First, make yourself look as big as you possibly can. Then, you shout at the cat in a deep, stern voice. If it decides to attack anyway, you have to protect your head at all costs, because it's going to try and crush your skull. If it latches on, you've got one job. Punch and elbow its eyes and snout with everything you've got. You have to convince it that you are not to be messed with. Number 7, alligators. Rule number 1, and you do not break this rule. Never, ever fight an alligator in the water. That is a guaranteed loss, every single time. This fight has to happen on land, a true street fight. Honestly, this matchup is pretty simple. You can just bait out the alligator's charge attack and then easily counter it by just sprinting in a straight line. It's going to drain its stamina bar so fast. Or you can just run circles around it, taking advantage of that terrible turning radius. Feel free to spam some calf kicks while you're at it, just to slow it down even more. It's only a matter of time before it admits you won. You've made it. This is it. The final round. The final bosses. These are the most aggressive, the most dangerous predators on the list. This is where all that training really pays off. Number 6, bears. And this one's tricky because the strategy is completely different depending on the type of bear. Against a grizzly bear, you curl up, play dead. It's a tank, it respects another tank. But a polar bear, that's a different story.
If it's hungry, it will try to eat you. There's that famous saying, right? If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. And if it's white, good night. So what does that tell you? Obviously, you fight back. Physical attacks work.
Opponent number 5, the wolf. Okay, first you do all the usual stuff. Stand your ground, keep eye contact, make yourself look big and scary. Now, if it charges, it's probably going to latch onto your arm, which is exactly what you want. It's falling right into your trap. Then you just rain down elbows on its eyes and snout.
Now here's the crucial part. If for some reason the elbows and the eye gouges aren't working, you have to resort to some, let's call them dirty and cheap tactics. And that ultimate tactic is blowing on its face. It's unconventional, I'll give you that, but hey, it's an effective last resort.
And now, after skipping all the lesser threats that aren't even worth our time, we have arrived, the final boss. Number 1, crocodiles. I mean, does it get any more pathetic than these things? Just camping the water's edge, one-shotting anything that gets close for thousands of years. They're responsible for up to 1,000 fatal attacks every year. It's about time we lowered that win rate.
The fight itself is simple. Bait its charge, sprint away, and let it drain its own stamina. You just repeat that until the fight's over. And how will you know it's over? Well, the croc just won't move anymore because of a massive buildup of lactic acid. I am not kidding. If crocodiles overexert themselves, they can literally just die. It is one of the most pathetic moves in the entire animal kingdom. They would literally rather die than admit they lost a fight.
And with that, you have completed the training. You now have all the knowledge you need to not just survive, but to defeat every single apex predator on this planet. You are the apex predator.
Which really just leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? Now that you have the knowledge to defeat them all, who's the real apex predator now?